Hey there, it's Melanie from Stamp with Melanie. It's Thursday, January 20, or no, not 24th, Thursday, January 4th. Happy New Year. Let me just check to make sure. Okay, it looks like we're up and running. All right. Okay, first of all, excuse the reflection of the lights and the fan in the picture. I just wanted to start off by showing you this wonderfully awesome new tool available from Stampin' Up. It's called the Glass Mat Studio. And at the present time, the only way you can get it is when you join my team between now and the end of February. This thing has changed the way I stamp, and that's really hard to believe at this point when you've been stamping as long as I have. This is the best stamping surface I have ever used. It is so smooth. It's not very thick. Well, I'm not going to be able to show you, but it's not very thick. It has feet on the back of it. And it is just spectacular. It doesn't move around. The best thing is you can't cuck it up. Let me show you. In addition to the glass mat, you get this silicone tray, which you can set wherever you want on the mat. It's smooth on one side, so it just stays in place. And one of the cool things that I found out today that I didn't know is it is designed to hold the Stampin' Spots if you have those. You can use this for your tools or with your tools. So if you're going to use a re-anchor or something like that for some watercoloring, you can use these little squares to drop your ink, or you can put them here on the side where there's no grid. And when you're done, whatever mess is left, you use the other thing that comes with the Glass Studio. And that's this chamois cloth, cleaning cloth, that just cleans the entire surface for you. I mean, it's amazing. You can have ink on here or adhesive. It clears it right off. Clearly, it's definitely revolutionary. I was so shocked. When I first saw it, I have to tell you, I thought, well, what the heck? Nobody's going to want that. Everybody has something to stamp on. Well, that's true to some extent, but the way it changes your stamping, even with those pesky photopolymer stamps, it's night and day. Now, clearly, you will get driven crazy, and I will get driven crazy by you watching those lights and fan, and my lights over here, and my light over here that I actually have turned off right now. So I'm going to put those all on, and I'm going to put this mat down only for that reason. We don't really need it, other than I don't want you to go crazy and get a nasty headache from the glare. I'm also going to put my ordering link here. And what do you think? Is that too much glare still? I hope not. I know there's a little bit, but I think it's probably bearable now. So the Celebration catalog and the mini catalog went live today. I just checked. Everything is still in stock on both catalogs, thankfully. Today I'm going to demonstrate 3 cards for you, which you can get as part of a free class. When you place a $50 order, you will get the materials to make these cards. Now, you're also going to get the stamp set that we're going to use. It's a Celebration set, and I have what I believe to be enough on order for anybody that's going to want this class. The caveat is, if you are part of my team, I'm going to post the PDFs to our team Facebook page, so I won't be sending out packets to team members this time. But the stamp set we're going to use is this one right here. It's called Heartfelt Hellos. We're going to make 3 different cards. And then, like I said, when you place that minimum $50 order, I will send you the stamp set and all the supplies to make the cards, minus the adhesives and the inks. You're responsible for those on your own. You'll also get to choose your own celebration item, because since I'm sending this to you, you'll still have one to choose on your own. So let's go ahead and get started. For our first card, okay, here's the first card that we're going to make. And it just uses the little hello stamp from the stamp set. Now here's my card base. I'm going to fold that. And what I've done here is I've taken a piece of basic white cardstock and I've embossed that with the new embossing folder that's also in the Celebration catalog. I've used Celebration products as much as possible for tonight's projects, just because I wanted you to get to see as many of them in action as possible. So here I'm going to add this panel, and this designer series paper that we're using for this card is called Sunny Days, and it has all kinds of bright, colorful pages in it, and it also has some clouds and some little rainbows. It's a really cute pack of paper. So we're going to use that. And then I also, using my 2 3/8 inch circle punch, I punched out some circles from that same designer series paper that we're going to add to the card. Just kind of lay them out like this. We'll save this one for last. We'll do our stamping on that. Then we're going to add a little flower. And this is the punch that I used for the little flower. This is from the annual catalog. All right, so let's go ahead and put this layer together. You know, I got to tell you, this glass mat even makes the stamp and seal work better. It's just amazing. I'm really quite impressed with it. Okay, now I'm going to add my sun. And I'm going to have it up high. And then I'm going to add the little floral image. And I'm going to add it right off to the side, but still up kind of high. Now, because it's hanging off the side, I'm just going to grab my snips and trim that off. So there's where we are right now. For my circle, I'm going to stamp in Pool Party. And I'm going to stamp off to the side my hello. Okay. Now I'm going to add this to the card with dimensionals, so let me go ahead and put it on the card front first. I got a bunch of my swaps back today, so I'm just waiting on one more packet, and then I'll be able to share them all with you. Hopefully next week, probably the week after. All right, let's grab those dimensionals. Now what I'm going to do with my flower before I add it to the card is I'm going to take the end of my Take Your Pick tool with the top on it and just press it into the flower to give it a little dimension. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot and add that to the card right there. Now, I'm going to add some embellishments to this card. These are the opaque faceted gems, also from Celebration. And I'm going to use the Pool Party colored gems. So I'm going to put one in the middle of my flower for the center. I'm going to put one down here. And then add a couple up top. All right, so here is our first card. Quick and easy. Now, when you place your order and I send this class out to you, I will include the embossing and all of the punched out elements. Like I said, including this little flower. But like I said, no stamping. Even though you're getting the stamp set, you'll need to do the stamping on your own. And the embellishments also will not be included, so you'll need to use what you have or use this as your Celebration item. Okay, for our next card, let's see. All right. Here's the card we're going to make. It's another one that's pretty easy. Take my card base and fold that in half. Let me get this one out of here. Okay, now I have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this time the paper we're using is this pack, and this is the softly stippled 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. Once again, the papers in here are beautiful, and they coordinate with the stamp set that's in the mini catalog. So we're going to put this, oh, wait. First I have a basic white layer. I'm going to add that. And then I have another strip of the Designer Series paper and a tiny, tiny strip of the Pretty Peacock Glimmer paper. We're going to put behind that. Once we add all of that together, then we can add our greeting. And it looks like I'll need to punch that out, but that's okay. All right. So we'll set these aside for a minute. I'm just going to layer these guys together. First thing I'm going to do is put a little strip of Tombow on the side of the Designer Series paper and then add the glimmer paper. Give it a second to dry. Because glimmer paper doesn't like to adhere to a lot of things. And I just want a little edge of that to show. Even though this set doesn't have a birthday greeting, I think the Enjoy Your Day could be used as a birthday card, and that's how I'm intending this one. Okay, I'm going to use my seal. And put these layers together. And then add it to the front of the card. Actually, let's put this one on next. So the way I'm going to add this one also with seal. I'm just going to put it maybe, I don't know, quarter of the way from the edge of the paper. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. Close enough. It's not quite as straight as I would like it to be, but I'm not going to go back and redo it right at this point. So we're just going to work with what we have. Okay, let me grab a piece of basic white cardstock and my punch, which is this one. And then I'm going to just punch that out. And I'm going to stamp Enjoy Your Day in Pretty Peacock. Okay. Now, what I did here next is I took my trimmer and I cut out another one of the little hexagons and I put it in my trimmer. And you can see it's 2 inches, so the cut line lines up right smack in the middle of it if you put the top and bottom right at the 1 inch mark. And then I just cut it in half. And then on the one I stamped, the white one, I add a little stamp and seal to the top and the bottom. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot. And this will line up. The edges will line up perfectly. But what you're doing is adding a little border to the top and bottom to give it a little more dimension. And then speaking of dimensionals, we'll add a couple of those as well. And put that right on the front of our card. Now, where did I put those embellishments? Here they are. I want to add those to this card as well. I'm going to use the same Pool Party. I love how Pool Party and Pretty Peacock go so well together. Okay, so there's our, no, it's almost our second card. For this one, since we have a dark inside, I have a piece of basic white cardstock and then a little strip of the matching DSP from the front that I'm going to add to the inside. All right, so there's the second card. Now for our third card, I ended up making this 2 different ways. So I'll show you the way that I decided that we're going to make it together, and then I'll show you the alternative way. Here's the card. This uses the Love You More stamp, and I thought it was really appropriate for Valentine's Day. the paper for this particular card is Most Adored. And this is a really, really nice paper pack for a celebration paper, especially one that's a $50 item. There are a lot of gold foils in here and hearts, red and flirty flamingo hearts. It's a really nice set. It also coordinates with a set from the catalog. So we're going to use a flirty flamingo card base. And let me get my punch out of here. All right, now what we do with this is we have these strips. We just glue them. I'm going to use Tombow for this. Reason for using Tombow on something like this is because you have a little time to adjust it if you need to. And then I have these pieces for the side. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so let me start to glue. This is such a cute layout, and you can use it with just about anything. Okay, I figured out from the sample I made and from the alternative design that doing your top and bottom strips first seemed to work the best for me. Okay, so there's our top and our bottom. And now we'll put our gold sides. For these gold pieces, it doesn't matter. You can't put them on upside down. Okay, so there is our border. And then we have a piece of gold cardstock, gold foil that I'm going to put in the middle. And then we're going to stamp. Okay, hang on one second. I got to let my pup out. Okay, here. There you go. She comes in to keep me company, and then all of a sudden she decides she's had enough. She needs to go. Okay, so Love You More is the stamp. Flirty Flamingo is the ink. We'll stamp right in the middle. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm just going to use a little seal. Let me put this up. Just put that in the middle. And then what I did for this card, for the embellishments, is I took the iridescent pearls basic jewels and I colored them with the dark Flirty Flamingo blends so that I could have a color coordinated embellishment for my card. I love that we can do that with our blends. It makes it so easy. Okay, and then for the inside of this one, I have a piece of basic white. And then another strip of the little hearts. So we'll put that together. And add that to the inside of our card. Okay, so there's the third card. Now here was what I made first, and then I decided to change it. So I used the exact same layout, except I used the Dad, You're the Best, and I used the paper that's that matches the toolbox suite. This paper here, which is another really cool paper pack. And I love that we can get them for free. It's called Trusty Toolbox. So that was the other one. But then, and for the measuring tape, all I did was cut that out of the Designer Series paper. But then I like this one better. You can let me know which one you prefer. But to recap, these are the 3 cards that we made. This one, and there's the third. Okay, I'll put links on my Facebook page for both the ordering for the class. The deadline for that is next Wednesday. So if you are interested, place your order by next Wednesday. It's going to take me a while to send them out because I have to wait for the stamp sets to come in. And then next Thursday we'll be back and we'll make something else. Oh, I'm also going to have a join link. So if you want this glass mat, which you should if you don't already have one, be sure to join during celebration this time because it's really, really worth your investment. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.